Hello and welcome to Marbella with him and her. He is...
PJ Lopez.
You're not supposed to say and she is. I say he is PJ Lopez and you say and she is Hannah Murray.
No.
Yes.
No, you say he is, and I say PJ Lopez, and she is, and you say Hannah
Yes, I know,
Murray.
but you didn't say and she is. You just said
That's because I didn't say my name. That's because you just said he is. And he is, I'm PJ Lopez.
But then you say and she is, and I
okay.
say Hannah Murray.
It's been a long time.
Hello and welcome to Marbella with him and her. He is...
PJ Lopez, and she is...
Hannah Murray.
I forgot to ask who she was.
Well, it's been over a week, isn't it? We normally do it on a Sunday, but
Yes.
you weren't very well.
No, and I sound a bit nasally now.
Yeah. You've had like a 48-hour thing.
We went out on Friday night. Nothing majorly special, no major drinks involved, but came home and I couldn't stop sneezing. Like literally, sneeze. And then in the morning, I had a full-on cold.
I'm trying to lean away from you. This is the closest we've been in 4 days. You've been resigned to the spare room.
Yes.
Well, you know, we're in a play and stuff. I don't want to catch what you've got.
Well, you might have given it to me.
No, I was all right.
Well, you might be a carrier.
No, I'm not a carrier. So this is episode 30. That sounds like a lot.
That is a lot.
Yeah.
That's more than 29 and less than 31.
Yeah, well done us. We went to a comedy night during the week.
I know. That's probably why I'm ill. Like literally doing too much.
It was not very funny. We went to a comedy night at La Sala. It was their first comedy night, organised by the lovely Lucy Amans and Nik Coppin. Nick's great. I've interviewed him on my radio show. He's like the MC, isn't he?
Yeah, and he's really, really quite funny. He's a stand-up himself, isn't he? But he just happens to be the MC as well.
And he always takes the mick out of us, or he was calling us chavs, but I do think that was Peter from Liverpool's fault.
Yes, so he always, for some reason, always picks on Peter, being from Liverpool, because it's good material, basically.
Exactly, it's already made. But there were some great acts. It's difficult. We were thinking, you know, when you're a stand-up comedian, if you're not like really, really, really famous, as in someone on television, like the Michael McIntyre and the Jimmy Carr that we've already seen, people will be going to a comedy night and not really know what to expect. You know, they don't know much, if anything, about the comedians they're going to see. And Josephine Lacey, the female of the group, she was racy, wasn't she? Racy Lacey.
Yes, and she was a little bit scary.
Yes, she did a lot of jokes about sex and stuff, and you could tell that some people, were maybe a little bit shocked, which is a shame because there's nothing wrong with that kind of stuff. And if you went to see Jimmy Carr, as we said, it was full of shocking, inappropriate humour, but you would have known what to expect, I guess.
Yeah, but also, I mean, stand-up comedians, they're not going to tell fairy tales and things, are they? I mean, come on. She wasn't doing it to a underage audience. They're all adults in there. Most of the people were probably, I'd say, over 30, if not over 50. So to be offended by anything like that is a bit silly.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Get a life.
She was great. And Stephen Grant, who was like their headline act, he was really good, wasn't he? We all loved him.
He was, incredible. And you could tell, I don't mean this in any disrespect to the others, but when you've got someone as a headline actor, obviously for a reason, and you could tell just his delivery, the way he was, his speed, and the way he could come back very quickly to anything that was said to him was a different level.
Yeah, he was brilliant. Well done to Nick and Lucy for arranging a great comedy night at La Sala. I hope there'll be many more to come.
Yes, we like a bit of comedy.
We do. We love a bit of comedy.
Our life is a comedy.
I was very excited and honoured to host an event at the Clubhouse by La Sala, Clubhouse Marbella, on Friday, a Q&A with cricket legend Darren Gough.
Yeah, it was incredible. I mean, as legends come, they don't get much bigger than Darren Gough, do they? And it was good. It was well turned out, and you did very well.
thank you very much.
Yeah.
He was such a nice man. He made it really easy to chat to, and he was just full of stories. You know, I was told that our Q&A should be about 10 to 15 minutes, but apparently it was more like 40, which I had no idea about. But that was great because he just had so much to say, and it was all really interesting, talking about cricket and Strictly Come Dancing, obviously. He was really entertaining.
I've come to the conclusion that most people from Yorkshire like to tell a good story.
Yeah, you're probably right.
He was from Barnsley.
Barnsley, yeah. And naturally funny as well. Just
Yeah.
charming and chatty and...
Yeah, well, he's gone on to do radio himself. He hosted a radio show for many years, didn't he?
Yeah, Talk Sport.
Yeah, so he's gone on to do quite a lot of punditry. And he's got that personality to do it.
Yeah,
because
definitely.
he's funny, but also very knowledgeable.
He told a very funny story. He said when he was in Strictly, because he won in 2005, and he thought he was really bad. He expected to go out on week 1, and then he saw Dennis Taylor. So he thought, I know, I'll take Dennis out, give him a few drinks. And he said they had a few shots and they were in a nightclub. And he said it had been a few years since Dennis Taylor had been to a nightclub, and he was there on the dance floor trying to show people his Strictly moves. And he had a little too much to drink, Dennis did. So Darren lifted him over his shoulder, took him back to the hotel. And Darren managed to stay in another week, and Dennis Taylor went home.
That's a good tactic, I think.
Yes, great tactic.
Find the guy that can't take his drink, get him drunk the night before the performance, and you'd probably stay in.
Yeah. Oh, I'd say he could take his drink, Dennis Taylor. He's Irish, isn't he?
So as I was saying, he's from Northern Ireland.
We had some nice food as well. Had one of their lovely pizzas. And met some nice people, and it was all good. So that's the first of many, hopefully, events at the Clubhouse, doing Q&As with various sporting stars. So looking forward to the next one.
Yeah, that's good. It's a good concept, and it's a good way, because it's such a more intimate crowd. It's a great way for people to actually meet their
Heroes.
legends. Yeah. So you took Sheila. And Sheila is a big cricket fan, so she knew lots of facts about cricket in general.
Yeah, she really did. She really knew her stuff, and she'd seen Darren Gough on the cricket pitch many times. She'd been to Lords, been to see lots of cricket matches. So yeah, it was really nice for her to meet him. Then in the evening, we went out to join the Friday Frolics. We went out in San Pedro for a Chinese to Nuevo Siglo.
That's the San Pedro Chinese. There's a few Chinese in San Pedro. I don't mean people, I mean restaurants.
But this one's probably our fave.
And our closest.
And our closest, definitely. We discovered something a few years ago through our friend Ross, and we have it every single time we go for a Chinese now. I'm obsessed with it. I think it's literally just called meat in lettuce. It's in the starters section, but you get like big pieces of like the iceberg lettuce, big leaves, and then you fill it full of like meat and vegetables, and then you roll it up like a pancake, and it's gorgeous.
But we haven't mastered the art of rolling it like a pancake.
Well, I have. I do it most times, apart from when there's a hole in it and then it doesn't really work.
Well, I was filming you and it all fell out.
That's because there was a hole in it.
Well, it wasn't before you started rolling it.
Oh, all right. Well, the rest I did were fine. And then we may have ended up in the Hogan Stand for a couple of drinks afterwards.
To listen to Sean Murray.
Yeah.
Your cousin.
My cousin, Sean Murray. And I'm like really obsessed with creme de menthe. And that sounds like an old person's drink from the 80s, but I'm really into it.
Well, you can also blame the Hogan Stand proprietors for that, can't you?
Yeah, they like a creme de menthe too. I love it.
Yeah,
Creme de
I
menthe,
couldn't drink
crushed
anything.
Ice, really nice.
No, anything bright green should not be drunk.
Yeah, you're not a massive fan of mint flavour. You don't like mint flavoured chocolate, do you?
No, not particularly.
Yeah, there you go. It's like drinking alcoholic mouthwash. Well, that doesn't sound great, does it? Why would you want to do that?
Exactly. My favourite drink at the moment is an Irish coffee without the cream.
Yes, which is the healthier version.
But still got loads of sugar in, unfortunately.
Okay, but even so, it's better than with a load of whipped cream on it.
Yes.
Yeah, so well done.
In fact, I should really just have whiskey and coffee.
Or you could just have the coffee.
Yeah, who needs the whiskey? I don't like whiskey.
No, exactly, but you have it in
Irish
coffee.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. I don't like it. On Saturday, we did a bit of a read-through at ours. Got the cast over, or as many of them who could, to go through our lines for Abigail's party, because it's less than 2 weeks away.
Yes, and none of us know any of our lines.
Oh, yeah, we do. We're so almost there. We're doing really well.
Yeah, it's a lot closer than we think it is. It's coming around really quickly now. But as Hannah said, we do know quite a few of our lines, just not in what order to put them at the moment.
Yeah, we're fine. We're doing really well. There are still some tickets left if you would like to come and see us in Abigail's party. Internationaltheatrestudio.org is the website. It's at the Alparaiso Hotel next Friday the 11th till Sunday the 13th. We would love to see you there. And if you are coming to see us, please stay till afterwards so we can say hello and thank you. It's really nice to see people, ideally in the bar afterwards, because we always stay for a drink or two after each performance. But when people come and they leave before we've come out to say hello, it's always like, oh, I didn't realise you were there. It's lovely to be able to thank people for coming. So do stick around for an extra 10 minutes. Something that also took place over the weekend, we weren't there, friends of ours were, and apparently it was a great night. The Ocean Club closing party, which really kind of signifies the end of summer, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think it's really that the last one to really close, isn't it? Or is it the first one to close? It's one of them.
Yeah, it's not the last one to close because La Sala by the Sea is still open.
It's the first one to close in the season, and they have a big firework display, and everyone gets dressed up, and it's become sort of a bit of an iconic event, hasn't it?
Yeah, which we don't go to.
No, we're not iconic, so we shouldn't.
Not iconic enough. We went. Oh no, not we. I had a girly day on Sunday.
You've had quite a few of those this year, haven't you?
I don't know how that's happened. Well, this weekend just gone was supposed to be a big girly trip to Portugal that had been arranged for ages, and one by one the girls dropped out for various reasons, and in the end we ended up just having a day. I had Monday off, which is why we're recording it today, but mainly because PJ wasn't well yesterday. Not because I was out, because we could have done this on Saturday, but you weren't well on Saturday.
My fault.
Yeah, I just don't want to take the blame for my girly day because that's not the reason. So I went to Max Beach yesterday with a lovely group of girlfriends. Never been to Max Beach. It's sort of Riviera way. And it was fab. Really, really good fun. Stunning location. Really kind of Balinese style. Really pretty. And really nice cocktail selection, which we sampled. And we had some amazing food. Shall I tell you what we had? Because I haven't yet.
You haven't told me what you had. I can see something written down
So they
there.
did those corn ribs, you know, like Amy cooks.
Oh, it says ribs. I was going to ask you what corn nibs are.
They look like ribs, but they're basically sweet corn chopped up to
Yes.
look like...
And I tried carving, because you have to carve them off of the main, what would you call it? What do you call the thing on a corn?
Cob. Corn on the cob.
On the cob, yes.
Yeah.
So you have to carve it off the cob. And I tried that once and nearly took my fingers off.
Oh, you have to be so careful. It's rock solid, really difficult to do. So yes, they were really flavoursome. Loved that. Loved their corn ribs. We had some Wagyu tacos that were delicious. We had lobster tacos that were really good. We shared a grilled turbot, which they came out and kind of carved and stuff for us, really nice. And a prawn pill pizza. And we might have had a Wagyu burger as well. And we shared all of that.
Do you know what I had?
What?
Some oats with honey and milk.
Well, yours were cheaper.
So I'm glad you enjoyed all of your wonderful food.
Well, you weren't well. You couldn't have coped with all of that.
Well, it says to feed a cold and starve a fever. And I haven't got a fever.
But it was
you didn't leave me anything to eat.
Well, it was a girly... I'm not going to bring it home from the beach club.
Don't worry about me, I'll be fine.
Okay, good. There were some dancers as well, 3 dancers who were great fun, really cool, sexy little things, jiggling their bums and their boobs. And when you get women that are dancing, I'm talking about professional dancing, I noticed that there's always at least one man that likes to join in and think that he's probably a better dancer than he is. It happened the other week when Charlotte and I had lunch at the Sala by the Sea. There was a man that got up with the dancing that was shaking his stuff, having a laugh with all his mates, kind of clapping and laughing. And the same thing happened at Max Beach. Men getting up and, well, I don't want to say ruining it, because it was kind of amusing, but not at the same level as the female dancers, shall we say.
I'm making a note to self not to get up and dance with the dancers again.
Well, I mean, it's always a man that does it. Most women kind of sit back and go, okay, I'm not going to compete with that. They're, they're much better dancers than I am, and generally probably slimmer and better looking. So you kind of sit back and just clap and enjoy and whoop and everything. But the man kind of have to get involved and make a fool out of themselves. It's very amusing.
Don't think I've ever done that, have I?
No, I can't imagine you doing that. But yeah, great day at Max Beach. We loved it. And we didn't go crazy either. We didn't keep going into the night. We came back. We did go to El Candil just for some ham and cheese and a bottle of red wine to kind
So
of
hang on, you
end
went
the
for ham
evening
and
off.
cheese after having corn ribs, Wagyu tacos, lobster tacos, turbot, prawn pilpul pizza, and a Wagyu burger. Then you went back and had ham on and cheese.
Well, that was hours later. That was when we went to San Pedro.
It was about 3 hours later. Maybe 4 at a push.
Well, you know, it was dinner time by that time. That was our dinner, though. Just some half a plate of cheese and half a plate of ham on, shared between 4. That's like just a few bits each. It's just picky bits with our wine.
Do you know what I had for dinner?
What?
Some dry bread and butter.
Don't stop it. All right, Oliver. You didn't have dry bread and butter.
No, I made a slow cook
Yeah,
stew.
you had a
curry.
full-on proper
Well, yeah,
dinner.
but I did it in a slow cooker, and I might have misjudged the slowness of the slow cooker.
Oh.
Because I hadn't eaten by the time you got home. In fact, I didn't eat for another hour after you got home because the potatoes weren't cooked.
So it was really slow.
It was slow.
So
Which
how
is why they call it a slow cooker.
Yeah, so how do you know how long things take to cook?
Well, you just need, usually it cooks for 3 to 4 hours.
Okay.
And
So
I
you
tried...
didn't put it on early enough?
No.
Okay.
Well, I did if I wanted to eat it, well, as I did, at 11 o'clock at night.
Okay.
Which was very tasty.
So you're still learning?
I'm still learning.
Okay. Well, we're going to have that tonight for dinner.
We are.
Marvellous. Couple of articles from the Sir in English, just to mention. The headline story was talking about filling swimming pools and watering gardens banned in Malaga and the Costa del Sol as new drought restrictions awaited.
You said restrictions.
Did I?
Yes.
Restrictions?
No, you said restrictions. It's like you should be on the radio because you can talk proper, can't you?
Filling swimming pools and watering gardens banned in Malaga and the Costa del Sol as new drought restrictions awaited.
There you go.
So yeah, we've got to be careful with that. I mean, we don't have a swimming pool, so we're fine with that. But we do need to water our garden.
Well, I'm sorry, I've got to water my chilies.
Exactly, and I've got to water my lemon tree.
Yeah, so, yeah, we're gonna
don't get
we're gonna
how
have
we
to
do
do
it.
it by the cover of night.
Well, yeah. I mean, I get the point of it, but at the same time, are people just supposed to have to let their plants die?
No, it's crazy.
It is a bit weird, isn't it? I understand that we need to be careful, so don't go around with the hose. Just liberally, what is it?
What is the matter with you today?
Liberally, what is it?
Overwatering. How about that?
Don't overwater with your hose. So maybe just like, a little watering can in the bits that really need it.
Yes. Only water the bits that really need it.
Yes.
Mind you, I remember last time we had the restrictions, our water went off every night at midnight.
Yeah, that's true, actually. We had to brush our teeth, didn't we, before midnight? Otherwise, it was too late.
Yep. So I wonder if they're going to do that again.
It was really nice to see. I saw Alan talk about it on social media, but lovely that it was posted in the Sir in English as well. There's a little article about Mijas walking tours for charity, which a friend of ours, Alan Boardman, formed in 2021 to help charities through the pandemic, the aftermath of the pandemic, when they hadn't been receiving much, if any, money from people. So a great idea. So Alan lives near Mijas and he knows the town really well, so he does these walking tours of Mijas. We haven't done one yet, but I know people who have, and they're really good fun and informative. And every time people do it, every time he does it rather, it's for donations, I think, and people donate and all the money goes to local charities. And he's now past the 20,000 euros mark, which is amazing.
That's an amazing amount of money to raise.
Yeah, great achievement. So well done, Alan.
Well done, Alan.
And that's it from us. A bit of a short one, which is amazing considering how much we've done this week. Did we not say much?
Well, I think it's mainly because you've been out with the girls most of the time and haven't done anything else other than that.
Or maybe because you're not well.
Maybe because I'm not well. Let's blame me again, shall we?
Well, people will be happy we haven't gassed for too long, I suppose.
No, talking of which, it does smell funny in here.
Oh,
Have
stop
you
it. No,
guessed?
it doesn't. It's goodbye from him.
And it's goodbye from her.
Bye.
Bye.